Hi, Alvin here, natural health practitioner, chiropractor, and speaker. And welcome to this edition of the 3-Minute Health Tip. In this episode, I'm going to discuss comment that I hear when people are first introduced to this idea that there's an emotional component to their physical symptoms. And when they go back, they often say to me, I can't find a conflict. I don't know. There was nothing that upset me. There was nothing that made me feel scared or unsupported at the time prior to my symptoms showing up. And one of the reasons that I've found over the years of why people are having a difficult time finding their conflict is because they're looking at it from a psychological perspective. And these conflict themes are not psychology. These are biological conflicts that initiate biological programs that affect us at the psyche level, at the brain level, and at the organ level. And so when you're going back to that time of when your symptoms first showed up, you have to go back without judging how you may have seen that divorce, that move to a new school, that firing of your job. So you've got to go back there, not thinking how you consciously were affected, but how subconsciously you may have perceived that event. And so a good example of this is really my dad, who I remember a couple of weeks, he was dealing with a cough. And from a biological conflict perspective, coughs are often related to a scare or a fear of some sort. So I told him, Dad, if you want this cough to go away, you're going to have to figure out a couple of weeks ago what happened that scared you. And of course, the typical response, oh, no, I'm not scared of anything. Nothing ever scares me. So again, at a psychological level, potentially yes. But I said, did anything happen unexpectedly a couple of weeks ago that caught you off guard? And as he thought about it, he actually said, well, I wonder if it was that time where at 3 a.m, your mom woke me up because she thought she was having chest pain, and I had to decide if we had to go to the hospital because maybe she was having a heart attack. And I said, well, of course. Do you see how in his mind, looking back, that wasn't a big deal because my mom was fine. But biologically, his subconscious psyche, being woken up at 3 a.m, his wife having chest pain and having to decide whether to go to hospital or not must have been a scare. And so do you see how it's important when we look back at when our conflicts began, not to be so judgmental of how we may have perceived things, but instead really connect with our bodies and how we felt. I hope that example and that this video is valuable for you, especially if you're having a difficult time finding out your conflict. So what I want you to do today is go back to that time of when your symptoms showed up, if you couldn't find your conflict theme, and stop judging it from a psychological perspective, but think biologically, animalistically. Was there a way that incident, that event, that email, that comment, I could have perceived as a distressing situation affecting my health? I want you to do that, and I hope that you'll continue to join me in the next videos. Thank you.